Okay. Hello again. It's another Friday-o, and things are getting worse. So I beat the clone who I cloned, the other me, and then he somehow had made another him. So in order to try and figure out what in the world happened, I'm going to refrain in this Friday-o from making as many cuts as possible. I don't cut my videos because I think I figured it out, and this is it. It's the uncertainty principle. It's the uncertainty porpoise, and it is uncertainty porcupine. It's basically the, and here's a little guy that I drew using up all the parts from it. So, but it's quantum physics. It's complicated stuff. Nobody gets it. We're all really uncertain of what it all means and what even the uncertainty principle is. If you ask a quantum physicist, of course they're going to tell you no, they're not uncertain. They know exactly what they're talking about, but they're totally lying to try and save face. But anyway, standard deviation of position times the standard deviation of momentum is greater than or equal to half the reduced Planck constant, which basically boils down to we're not really sure at all. But anyway, so that's uncertainty in a nutshell. Is basically nobody really knows. But basically, if I'm not mistaken, which I totally could be wrong entirely. But basically what I think it boils down to is that the Looney Tunes cartoons and stuff like that were not cartoons. They were actual lab experiments, okay? And what happened was that these scientists did things that were super weird and bizarre and on a quantum level. Because on a teeny tiny little level, quantum is teeny tiny small. So on a teeny tiny little level, things can happen that don't make sense. That don't like electrons can go right through each other, and it's like, what just happened? It doesn't make any sense. But you know, on a human-sized level, we can't, like, my hand wouldn't just go through this door here. You know, and that's okay. You know, my hand wouldn't just go through the door. You know, or I couldn't walk through a fence, you know. If I hold on. Tennis racket does not go through. I don't go through a tennis racket, you know. I mean, like tennis racket. But yeah, like Tom and Jerry, some scientist actually went through a fence, is what I think happened. Or like you could actually, well, it's not I mean, it's possible, but not probable that you could, like Bugs Bunny, open one door on a pirate ship and come out another one, and then Yosemite Sam would chase you around. But it wouldn't actually be Yosemite Sam, but it would be another person, but trying to recreate the same experiment, and the other scientist was not succeeding. He was doing something different, and it was just crazy. And they had unlocked some kind of quantum thing, and then the guys who animated the Looney Tunes were just happened to be there documenting it, or heard about it or something from their buddies who happened to be scientists, you know, at the bar when they were telling stories. I don't know. Stuff happens. You don't know their life. Neither do I, but still, I could make up this great story. And it sounds really cool, and it makes sense on a science level. Science, that's real science right there, you know? And so I think that is basically how that all happened. Plus, also, the many worlds uncertainty. And according to Wikipedia, this is not my words, this is Wikipedia, the many worlds interpretation originally outlined by Hugh Everett III in 1957 is partly meant to reconcile the differences between the Einstein and Bohr's views, replacing Bohr's wave function collapse with an ensemble of deterministic and independent universes whose distribution is governed by wave functions and the Schrödinger equation. That's that dude with the dead cat who wasn't dead, was dead and not dead in the same the cat, Schrödinger. Never mind. Thus, uncertainty in the many worlds interpretation follows from each observer within any universe having no knowledge of what goes on in the other universes. So, basically what that, I think, means is that, you know, basically I think what that means is that the clone that I have is another universe me, and that he just happens to be here because I've somehow, with all the cuts that I don't do, because, you know, I don't cut my videos. So, I mean, but because of that, that jumping of the time continuum and everything, I don't cut my videos. I think that is what's causing the quantum shift of, you know, from one universe to another, and it's just like hop over the little quantum line dividing the quantum dividing line. Blarbling. It's just totally blarbling. Anyway, so I think that's what's going on. Not sure yet. Could be totally wrong, but science says I'm right, so let me go with science. I'm just gonna sit over here with science because science says I'm right, and that makes us buddies, right? Science. Science. It works. He's cool. Not this pad of paper, obviously, but this pad of paper with the picture of science on it that embodies. It's just a picture. Well, this is the picture. And this is a picture. This is a formula. And this is words. And they're drawn on there by me to represent science in his absence, because he couldn't be here today. Like, all of science couldn't just be here today for me. Said rain check, though. Anyway, happy America Day, and Blow Stuff Up Day, and Fireworks Day, and thank you for science, and Science Day, because science, you know, science in America, and science creating fireworks for Blow Stuff Up Day for America, and it's like everything all interconnected with quantum physics connecting it, because it's not probable, but it's possible, so it's totally connected, regardless. And Battle Hymn of the Republic. Hey, I was gonna go do some fireworks, never mind. Did that just happen? I'm gonna go for it. Science. It didn't work. I feel kind of awkward now. Like in Chronicles of Narnia when they're like, Lucy's like, oh, I found a portal to another world and stuff, and then they were like, it's just a wardrobe, crazy head. She's like, oh, it worked for me. You believe me, right? Because I'm totally believable. Why would I lie about that? I mean, it's a pretty ridiculous thing to lie about. And I've got it on tape. It worked. It happened. But now I just... Thanks a lot, science.